Hi to YouTube. Hopefully we are recording. It is 22nd of December and it's one of the few days I managed to get out on the bike in December because it's reasonably warm enough to ride today anyway. Certainly hasn't been that the last few days.
Moto 5.2, good morning, BC Boys, Intergalactic, and when I play that track, or when I'm playing that track, that sort of reminds me that I should tell you about shooting off to a Christmas party. Tim will definitely get you in shape for your Christmas night out, or indeed if you're having a bit of a party. Before that it was Lana Del Rey and video games. That's it for this hour of the show. Hope you're enjoying the music. Taking you up to...
well, you could get away with it, but you're taking a risk. Black ice and all that stuff. And I was going to do a vlog in cars and stuff to check in, but you guys don't want to see cars, do you? Barton Turtle 333, how you doing, buddy? Was asking me, so go on, tell us, where have you been for 6 months? So we said we'll do a vlog about that. Or I said I probably should. So I'm going to attempt it. I tried to do it once before, but I ended up just mumbling and talking kind of random. And so the story goes like this. I had the crash. Bike took at least 6 weeks to get repaired. And a bit longer than that to be at the point where I was happy to actually trust both the bike... Loads of room. Both the bike and myself on the bike and the tyres and conditions and all the rest of that good stuff. Round about that time we had pretty shitty weather, so I ended up staying off it for a few weeks. And then the weather sort of came back and I just didn't feel like riding the bike. I just got interested in other stuff. Or was busy with other stuff, or was interested in other stuff. A little bit of both, really. And when I said to myself, what do I want to do today? Riding a motorcycle wasn't one of those things that came up. I just sort of lost all desire for it. So then my insurance renewal came up for the bike, and I was honestly considering just ditching it. I was kind of saying to myself, look, this is silly. I'm paying insurance for a car and a bike, and tax for a car and a bike, and I'm not doing a lot of miles on the bike, and I have no desire to ride it at the moment. So I gave that probably 2 weeks worth of thought. And what I decided, well, you can kind of guess that from what I'm sitting on at the moment doing this vlog. I said I'll keep it. I wasn't thinking of quitting full stop. In about 7 months' time, my restriction is up, and when that's up, I can legally, I'm licensed to ride any sort of bike with any sort of power to weight ratio, anything like that. At the moment, I'm still restricted to something with the power to weight ratio of 1 inch to 250, or something bigger, which has been restricted down to this kind of power. So partially I was thinking sell it, forget about the winter, forget about the start of summer, buy something with a restrictor towards, because it's July my restriction's up, which is right in the middle of summer, so buy something with a restrictor maybe a month, 2 months before that, get back into riding with 33 brake horsepower, then have the restrictor lifted off the bike and carry on. But I said, you know what, I'll just keep the bike. I'll keep this one going. Who knows if I'll have enough money to buy a bike July next year, because usually I'm able to say, yeah, I can have my finances sorted for that, but you never know these days. There's a lot of people struggling with these things, and you all know, can be fine one day and you've got nothing the next, so... But I said I'll stick with it. I said I've invested too much. It was tough enough to start when I was 28, so I said I'll get back into it. Then I was thinking of doing a vlog. I did some rides, but I didn't bring the camera with me because I didn't want it in my face when I started to ride again. So I kind of got familiar with it. And then I said, I'll do a vlog. Guess what? My computer blew up. Yep, hard drive with both my operating systems failed. My backup PC was out of action. It just got completely fucked on a software level, and I didn't have time to fix it. So I was sort of struggling along without a proper PC even, which doesn't bother me because I have a work PC, but I can't install anything useful on there. Then I still wasn't, I have to ride a motorcycle. I was doing maybe 1-2 days a month, just trying to get it to feel right again because it felt off. So I got chain and sprockets and messing around with tire pressures for ages. So I eventually got it sorted. Then Battlefield 3 was due to come out, and I said, do you know what? The last video game I played was Battlefield 2 about 4 years ago. Really enjoyed it. Maybe I can build a PC for it. And I didn't think you could get a good PC for, well, the parts I bought and put together that play it quite well came to about 680. I already had case and power supply and graphics card, and I really only needed a motherboard, processor, and memory. So I got all of those and an SSD hard drive, and I set aside an additional hard drive for Linux, which is where I do my editing. Got all that set up. Then my parents were in New York for just a little holiday, and they were like, we want to get you your birthday presents. What can we get you? My birthday's not till late December, and I was looking around. They were like, we'll be near all these electronic stores. I was thinking cameras, something for my SLR. No, it's too expensive. Don't ask them, get me that. I don't want to get like an iPad or anything like that. It's too much. And then I don't know why, I got the idea, GoPro, that could be cool. So I got a GoPro. And I got the GoPro and put it on the helmet and tried it out and thought it was fantastic, and said, okay, I'm going to start vlogging again. I mean, there's other stuff happened in that time as well. Family things. There's certain, well, I won't go into that too much, but there's certain members of my family I want to spend more time with in case I don't have the opportunity. And then there's certain people who were good friends of mine who are no longer friends of mine because I just don't want them in my life anymore, pretty much. They're not bad people. I don't have bad feelings towards them, anything like that. It's just, when you know somebody and it's just like you want them to succeed, but they seem dead set. The more you try to help them, the more they seem to subconsciously go out of their way to fuck up their own situation, and it just feels like you're bashing your head against a brick wall, and it actually drags you down just seeing this person constantly fail or go out of their way to fail, and you just kind of feel like, why have I been bothering for the last couple of years? I just give up. So I gave up, and I've got more other friends now who, much better friends. You help them out with something, they're delighted for you to help them out with it. They're, you can actually see them making efforts, making more of themselves. If you need something, you don't even have to ask. They'll straight in and help you out. It's all cool. So I'd say my life's in a much better place than it was when I was last vlogging. I'm not to be honest with you, the last few vlogs I did before I started again, I sort of dreaded vlogging. It was like going through the motions nearly. And I've kind of decided now I don't want to do that. A lot of people just go out for channel views or subscribers or whatever, and I'm not really that bothered. I mean, if you subscribe, great, fantastic, delighted for you to do that, appreciate it. But at the same time, if people just stop by the odd video, it's fine too, it's cool. This is not my job. I don't want to feel tied down to YouTube, because if I do feel tied down to YouTube, I guarantee you that my content will suffer, and then I'll disappear, and I'll start getting messages like, "Are you still alive, man? You still alive?" I don't want to do that, you know. It's like this thing for views. Everyone seems to do the how to ride a motorcycle video, and they're like, "Oh, that'll get me views. Oh, Ninja 250 maintenance, that'll get me views." And essentially I've decided if I'm gonna repeat somebody else's video, I'm either gonna do what I consider to be a much better video, or if I can't do a better video, I'm just not gonna bother. Because we don't need 600 how to ride a motorcycle videos if, you know, the first one does a good job and the second one is just a repeat of it and the third one is actually fantastically better. We probably just need the third one. Scooter boy. I'm jealous of you GoPro mounted people up there above me right now, because you're not seeing the fog. And the fog's gone. Let's get in behind Scooter boy.